Okay, I've been trying out using pre-brewed espresso recently, and of course my style is slightly different because every time I brew an espresso shot, it will be like 32 or 36 grams, and I only use about half of it to make 120 mils, 150 mils coffee latte. So the other half, sometimes I will use that and try it out as just as an espresso. I will try them out just as an espresso shot themselves, or as an iced americano or one of those things, or cortado or whatever. But what I've done is instead half of it goes into the fridge. Yeah, and that also includes some brew batches that doesn't taste as balanced as I like it, and I put it in, and so it's a mixture of good and so-called slightly not so good and slightly better espresso in this, and I keep it in the fridge. Yeah, and this one has been in the fridge for about 4 days. Yeah, I mean it's different batches, so yeah, overall there's about 4 days in the fridge, and I find that okay. Let's have a drink. Biscuity. Okay, it's not as sweet, but it's biscuity, chocolatey, and nutty at the same time. So as you can see, if with the pre-batch, even though it's pre-batch, I can still get a lot of nice flavors. There is a acidity in the front, but it's not very apparent. But mostly the notes are all nutty notes at this point in time. So yeah, so you can see that even with the pre-batch kind of coffee, or well, a few days old espressos, I can still make relatively pretty good latte. I'm not too sure about americanos. I haven't really tried them as americano. So yeah, but at least for latte, I can still get pretty good latte out of it. And and the thing is, it helps me because sometimes I'm just too lazy to make coffee on the day, and just this is almost like instant espresso, and I can put cold milk. I can steam a milk jar and for a latte, hot latte, or cold milk for dirty or with ice, one of those things, and I just have it, and yeah, and that's my coffee for the day. I've tried up to about 1 week, and it's still pretty okay. Sweetness do drop over time. Acidity is probably very low by then, so you will not get a lot of fruitiness or for jasmine flavors or whatever, but mostly you're left with nutty notes, creamy notes, chocolatey notes, depending on how good the quality of your espresso and your beans. Okay, so anyway, the coffee that I have here is from Ethiopia, from Nylon, and Buku Abel, with notes of mango, blueberries, dried peaches, and florals. I'm not too sure if every single kind of bean works in this form, in the refrigerated 3 to 4 weeks form, but we can try. But again, like I said, most of the fruity notes are non-existent by the time it hits the fridge for 2-3 days. And also, especially when you make a latte, right, I'm getting more biscuit, which is nice, comforting biscuity and white chocolate notes. Sorry, I missed. It's not really nutty, probably initially, but there's not much nutty notes here. And there's a slight brightness in the front that still keeps the latte a bit lively, which still is enjoyable latte, right? So if you find yourself too busy sometimes, like me, to make coffee, or too lazy, why not just try some pre-batch or pre-brewed espressos?